Coach Greg. In today's video, we're going over whether you should approach a woman and how. One of the most common questions I get is, Greg, should I approach this woman at the gym? When should I talk to her? How do I talk to her? How do I get a girl? And so what you didn't know is that Coach Greg is actually a ladies' man. Despite being a 5'6" manlet, I actually know how to talk to girls. And it's way easier than you think. The problem is the majority of men getting women are losers. You think they're the Chads, but they're not. And so it all boils down to statistics, basically to some math. Even the best pickup artists in the world fail more often than they succeed. Kind of like in baseball, if you're batting .350, you're probably going to win the MVP. And so imagine if you approach 100 women and are successful with 35 of them, that is truly astounding. That is amazing. And so you have to be prepared to fail more often than you succeed. And so think of this. If you never fail, you never succeed. This occurs in everything throughout your life. Just look around at almost anything you do. The people who are better than you at something most likely failed way more than you at doing this. LeBron James, any basketball player, imagine how many times they missed a shot. They probably shot 100,000 times more than you did, but they failed more. But because they failed more, they are now very successful. And so when it comes to dating women, you have to be prepared to fail. If you're not going to get a woman. Just think of it. If you never approach a woman, you never ask them out, how are you going to get a girl to go out with you? You're going to have to sit there and wait until they approach you. But guess what? 86% of women, they prefer the man to make the first move, to go and approach them.
Different studies said that 50% of men said that they're afraid of making the first move for being seen as creepy.
And so the problem is most men, 50%, think that if they make the first move that they're going to be seen as creepy. Perhaps they watch videos on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You know, videos like when a man approaches someone at the gas station. I actually defended that person, got canceled on TikTok, had over 100,000 followers at the time. Probably have 1 million by now, but I was canceled. How dare you approach a woman at the gas station to compliment her, ask for a phone number? That is completely inappropriate. And so many people, they are scared, and justifiably so. Problem is, if you live in fear your entire life, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to be that successful person. You need to risk failure to be successful. But if you succumb to this fear, to being labeled as a creep, guess what? You've already lost. You already are a failure. If in fact finding true love, finding that special someone is something you truly value, something that you want to do, something that you want to accomplish, then being fearful of talking to them in the first place, not daring, idling by, watching women after women go by that you wish you could approach, you are never going to find one. And so by living in this fear, never approaching women, you are doomed for failure. It is way better to risk being labeled a creep than to sit back and never do anything ever. Why do you care so much about what other people think? Remember, I've told this story before. In high school, my life changed. I said, I'm going to stop giving a shit about what other people think. Yeah, I'm going to embarrass myself. Yeah, I'm going to be labeled a fool, an idiot. People are going to point, stare, make fun of me, put me down. But so what? Why do I care about what those people think? Are they all my friends? Do I need thousands of friends, or perhaps 5 good ones that I can really truly bond with? And so if you have the belief that it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, well, guess what? You need to find that love in the first place. And if you don't make the first move, you've lost out on 86% of potential females. Doesn't make it impossible to find true love, but your odds are down to 14%. It's not good. And listen, I'm telling you, you can handle this rejection. One of the main fears, and in the past, the number one fear of men, it is in fact rejection. But in order to be successful, you have to be willing to be rejected. Anything in life worth doing, there is going to be chances of failure. And most likely, more often than not, you're going to fail way more often than you're going to be successful. Imagine how many YouTube videos I made that completely flopped. Hardly anyone watched it. Or how many videos I made that people made fun, poked at me, said mean things in the comment section, almost all of them. But sometimes they're very successful. Sometimes I make a video and people, they really love the video and they say, wow, I'm proud of you. This was incredible. It changed my life. And guess what? I get to reap those rewards. I'm walking out in the world. Doesn't matter the country. It could be in Mexico, United States, Canada, wherever I go. People stop me in the street saying, oh my goodness, you changed my life. You saved my father's life. You saved my life. I lost so much weight. I can't believe it. I just had to thank you. And so had I not taken that risk, had I not dared to make these YouTube videos, I never would have been able to reap those rewards. And so to the same extent, if you want true love, you want to find that special person and you don't dare speak to them, how will you ever become successful? And so because of this fear of being labeled a creep, and it gets even worse, 20% think it's harassment. 1 in 5, 20% you're harassing that woman for approaching her at the gym. Hi, my name is Coach Greg. I like your voice. You sound sexy. Whatever. You can screw it up. Do your best. If 1 in 5 people that do that are deemed as being a creep and you are too scared to take that chance, you are never going to find your love. Well, only 14% of you are. So what happens is the Chads, so to speak, those who have that confidence, they are the ones approaching the women. And by default, the women, some of them are agreeing to date them. Just think of it. If you're a woman, 86% of you waiting for a man to approach you to say hi, to ask you on a date, you're only going to say yes to the people who are asking you. As if most men are not asking you, then you're going to say yes to those who do. And so we're not going to let the women completely off here. And so to the women, the problem is you're only dating the select few of the guys who are actually asking you out. Just because that man is confident and dares to approach you doesn't mean he's a good man. Doesn't mean he's a high value man, someone that you want to bring home to your parents. They may in fact just be a player. They may have an avoidance personality. They may not even want a relationship, but they tell you do. Or perhaps you don't care. Perhaps you think because he's sharply dressed with fancy shoes and a fresh haircut that this is a quality man. Oh, he's got to be rich, of high value. Look at this man. He's the most alpha in the group. I want to date that guy. Well, is he really a good guy on the inside? Sure, on the outside, he's charismatic, he's charming, he talks you up, he's very good at speaking to you the way you want to be spoken to. But does that truly matter? Really, for the most part, people are judging you by their first impressions. Some of these guys, they practice those first impressions thousands of times till they got it bang on. But think of this. Does it matter the first impression or how they treat you for the rest of your life? It's very easy to be good at talking to someone for 20 minutes if you practice day in, day out. You'll get more and more success from those repeated failures. If you've talked to thousands of females, gotten rejected thousands of times, you learn what to say, what not to say, and when to say it and when not. You learn how to speak, the tone, the body language, the checking for compliance, making sure that that woman is where she needs to be in order for you to get her. And so many of these guys approaching women, they're very good looking, they're the Chads, but not always. If you're an average looking guy or even below average, but you talk to thousands of females, eventually someone is going to find you attractive. They'll find you charming. They're going to like the way you're talking to them. But you have to be willing to fail. More often times than not, you are going to be rejected. They're not going to like you. You didn't speak properly. And especially with a beautiful woman that you're talking to that you're not accustomed to, you're perhaps going to feel nervous, shy, intimidated. Your voice is going to squeak. You're not going to say the appropriate things. You're going to be embarrassed. Woman's going to sense that, oh, he's not very confident. I don't like him. Well, so what? You failed. Try again. How many times did you make a three-pointer when you shot? You probably failed most of the time. Eventually, you put one in the hoop. Wow, I did my first three-pointer. Same with a woman. It is hard. It's not easy. And speaking of hard, if you're having trouble with the downstairs and you're talking to ladies, look no further than Harder Than Last Time. You know, for the downstairs, code Greg, 10% off. Click the link in description. So to answer your questions, I get these all the time. Should I approach that female in the gym, in the coffee shop, or heavens forbid, the gas station? The answer, a resounding yes. Yes, you should. Go do it. Stop living in fear. The pussification of the world in 2023 is teaching us to be a bunch of pussycats. Where has all the masculinity gone? Oh, it's not okay to be masculine in 2023. You have to succumb to everyone, to let people walk all over you. No, you don't. Be your authentic self. Be who you want to be. Talk to who you want. Behave the way you want. So long as you're respectful, there is nothing wrong with approaching a woman with respect and dignity. At the end of the day, when you walk away, she shouldn't think you're a creep. If you spoke to her kindly, gently, never commented on her body, stared at her the wrong way, came too close, she's not going to think you were harassed. She's going to say, oh, it was so cute. Even if you get rejected, she's going to say, oh, it was so sweet. He came and gave me a compliment. He tried. That guy over there, he's a nice guy. Just because some women think you're going to be a creep or that you're harassed doesn't mean you need to completely give up. Practice. The more you do it, the better you will become. It will become second nature. Say hi to everyone. Hi. What is wrong with that? You go to the gym now, you say hi to someone. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Look away. Don't look at me. Remember, I'm 48 years old. It was not always like this. And just because it's like this in North America doesn't mean it's like this around the world. In different countries, it's socially acceptable to talk to other people. Some people are kissing people on the cheek. They're talking to people in elevators. It's okay to say to somebody exactly how you feel. Hi, do you like how I'm dressed? No, I think that's ugly. What is wrong with that? To be totally honest and transparent. How can you truly trust someone if you can't honestly tell them what you think? But if you're honest, if you tell people what you think all the time, they get used to it. Hey, you're going to ask me a question how I look? I'm going to give you the right answer. What's my body fat percentage? It's 40. You're obese. Oh, I hate you. You asked. I'm telling you my honest answer. If I lied and said, 20%, you're so lean. Oh, he's so nice. I like that Percy. He boosted my self-esteem. Yeah, it was fake. It was artificial. Would you not want to know what someone truly thinks? And so I live by the motto that you should always tell the truth or at least not lie. That is from Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules of Life. And so when in discussions with people, rather than just saying what they want you to say what you think. Now remember, you can be tactful. You don't have to come out as crude as Coach Greg. I have no tact. I'm working on it. I'm trying to be better at it. But oftentimes I'll say what I think, and I say it in perhaps too abruptly of a term. But at least I'm being honest. At least I'm telling you what I think. I don't mean it maliciously. I'm just doing the best that I can do. I want to be honest. So the next time you see someone that you can't keep your eyes off, just walk up to them and say, hi. Hi, I'm such and such. I was wondering if I could talk to you for a second. Just think of something. Approach her. Don't say no. And yeah, you are going to be rejected more often than you're not. But remember, there are many wonderful, decent, respectful women out there. And if you approach them, they're going to understand that that was very difficult for you to do. They are going to say hi back. They are going to carry a conversation. And you may, in fact, now have a new friend. Doesn't mean it has to become a relationship, but if you can have more friends, how is that bad? Why not take the risk? Remember, if you don't take risk, if you're too scared to fail, you will never succeed. And if you have nothing to say, hey, try this. Do you watch Coach Greg? Because if they say no, the red flag be wailing. If they are watching Coach Greg, do you really want to talk to them? But if they say yes, of course you're going to respond with, me too. What video do you like? Do you like his natty or nuts? Which videos interest you most? You now have something you can both talk about. And trust me, this has actually worked in the real world. I've talked to people. They've used Coach Greg videos as a method to get together. I'm not making this shit up. Coach Greg and chill, it's an actual thing. Don't forget about Harder Than Last Time. Also, if you're looking for G-Test to boost testosterone or GO2 Max to increase and improve your endurance, who doesn't want that? Remember, if you have no money, that's okay. Free diet and training programs on the website. Free. It's free. Can you believe it? Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. If you want more videos like this, please ask. I love talking about this stuff. Also, I strongly recommend of all the books you could read, please read the book Attached if you're trying to figure out why your relationship's working or not working. Don't forget to watch one of those two bloops. And of course, the Harder Than Last Time training tank top. How can you go wrong with that? Also have hoodies, jogging pants, and so on. Top quality material. Absolutely unbelievable. You got to get it. And the cookbook, of course, you can make delicious recipes with your partner. What a great date that would be. The training book and the Circle diet book, My Life's Work, how to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. If you're looking for some way to improve your ability to get a girl, well, why not get in shape? Imagine how much that could help. The fact that you can dedicate your something day after day, year after year, that is impressive quality that will be sure to attract more women than friggin' last time. And until next time, I am out.